Most people see a green gemstone and immediately think of emerald. That makes sense. Emerald is one of the most famous green stones on Earth. But color can be deceptive, because hidden among green crystals are stones that look similar to emerald, but formed under completely different conditions. Some were created deep inside ancient mountain belts. Some were carried downstream by rivers. Some required rare chemical elements to come together in exactly the right place, at exactly the right time. And some are so rare that their value can rise far beyond what most people would ever expect from a green stone. One of these gemstones has been treated as a symbol of power for thousands of years. Another can display a green color so intense it seems to glow from inside. And in the highest quality, one green stone can be worth dramatically more per carat than an ordinary emerald. But what makes the difference? Why can one green crystal be worth hundreds of dollars, while another can be worth thousands, or even far more? The answer is not simply color, it is chemistry, crystal structure, geological history, rarity, and the incredible chain of events that allowed nature to create the stone in the first place. Because a green stone is not automatically an emerald. And the first major surprise begins with a gemstone that ancient civilizations valued long before modern gemology existed. 1. Jadeite, the first major surprise. For thousands of years, jade was far more than decoration. Ancient cultures used it for tools, ceremonial objects, sculptures, and symbols of power. But not all jade has the same value. Nephrite is generally tougher and more common. Its microscopic crystals are tightly interlocked, creating a material capable of surviving impacts that would damage many other stones. Jadeite is different. It is a separate mineral, with a different chemical composition and a different geological history. And when jadeite has the right combination of color, texture, and translucency, its value can rise dramatically. The finest material is often called imperial jade. Its color can be an intense, vivid green. But color alone is not enough. The best jadeite also has a remarkable quality called translucency. Light does not simply bounce off the surface. It appears to travel into the stone, creating a soft glow from within. That combination, intense green color, fine texture, and exceptional translucency, is extremely difficult for nature to produce. And this is why two pieces of green jade can have completely different values. One may be attractive, but relatively common. Another may have the exact characteristics collectors have searched for over generations. The difference can be enormous. In exceptional cases, the value of top-quality jadeite can reach extraordinary levels, far beyond the value of ordinary gold by weight. But there is a problem. When jadeite is found in nature, it often does not look valuable. A rough boulder may be covered by a weathered outer skin. The surface may be dull, brown, gray, or almost completely ordinary. The valuable color may be hidden inside. This creates one of the most dangerous illusions in gemstone hunting. A stone can look worthless because the evidence is still trapped beneath the surface. So how does jadeite form in the first place? The answer takes us deep into one of the most violent geological environments on Earth. 2. The geology that creates jadeite. But jadeite is not simply a green version of emerald. It forms in a completely different geological world. Deep beneath ancient tectonic zones, enormous plates have been forced against one another for millions of years. As one plate descends beneath another, pressure rises. Fluids move through the rocks, and minerals begin to transform. Under the right chemical conditions, jadeite can form. That combination is rare, and it helps explain why jadeite deposits are associated with ancient mountain belts, fault systems, and rocks connected to subduction-related geology. But there is another reason jadeite can be so difficult to find. It often does not appear as a perfect crystal sitting openly inside a cavity. Instead, it can become locked inside dense, massive rock. And for thousands, or even millions of years, the valuable material may remain hidden beneath an ordinary-looking surface, until erosion begins to break the landscape apart. 3. When mountains deliver their secrets, mountains are constantly being broken down by rain, rivers, ice, and gravity. Over time, pieces of jade-bearing rock can be released and carried into streams. There, the river becomes a natural sorting system. Heavy, durable stones can settle in gravel bars, behind large boulders, and wherever the current begins to slow. But experienced prospectors do not simply search for green rocks. They study where the river came from, what geology lies upstream, and whether the landscape could have produced jadeite in the first place. The mountain creates the gemstone, erosion releases it, and the river may deliver it to the person who eventually discovers it. 4. The emerald comparison. Emerald is the green gemstone almost everyone recognizes, but geologically, it has almost nothing in common with jadeite. Emerald belongs to the beryl mineral family. Its crystal structure is completely different, and its famous green color comes from trace amounts of elements, such as chromium or vanadium. But here is the geological problem. The ingredients needed to create emerald do not naturally prefer to exist together. Beryllium may be concentrated in one type of geological environment. Chromium and vanadium may come from another. So nature must bring these elements together. Sometimes, hot, mineral-rich fluids move through fractures in the Earth's crust. These fluids travel through rocks, dissolving and transporting elements along the way. Then, under the right conditions, the chemistry changes. The elements begin to crystallize, and slowly, over millions of years, emerald can grow. This is why emerald deposits are often associated with complex geological environments. The stone is not simply a green crystal that appeared underground. It is the result of a rare chemical meeting inside a very specific geological system. And emerald has another feature that surprises many people. Natural emeralds are rarely perfectly clean. Fractures and mineral inclusions, sometimes called an emerald's garden, can reveal how the stone formed. And unlike many other gemstones, these imperfections do not always reduce its value. Sometimes, they are part of the evidence that the Earth created something rare. But if emerald is so famous, how can another green stone possibly be worth dramatically more? To answer that, we have to look beyond color, because the most valuable green gemstones are not always the brightest. Sometimes, they are simply the rarest. 5. The green stones that fool the eye. But jadeite and emerald are only the beginning. Other green gemstones can look surprisingly similar, while having completely different origins. Tsavorite garnet can display an intense, natural green. Green tourmaline can show complex colors within a single crystal. Green sapphire reminds us that sapphire is not always blue, and some green stones have even stranger origins. Moldavite, for example, is natural green glass created by a meteorite impact. Different chemistry, different geological environments, different stories. One color, many completely different origins. 6. Why some green stones are worth far more. The first factor is rarity. But rarity by itself is not enough. A mineral can be extremely rare and still have little commercial value. The market also cares about what the stone looks like, how durable it is, how large it can grow, and whether people actually want it. For a green gemstone, value may depend on several factors at once. Color. Is the green intense, pure, evenly distributed? Or is it weak and grayish? Transparency. Can light travel through the stone? Or is it completely opaque? Clarity. Are there large fractures, cloudy areas? Or is the material unusually clean? Size. A small exceptional crystal may be rare, but a large exceptional crystal can be dramatically rarer. Durability. Can the stone survive everyday wear? Origin. Is the material natural? Has it been treated? Is its source known? And finally, demand. Because a gemstone becomes valuable when rarity meets desire. This is why two stones with almost identical colors can have completely different prices. One may be common, the other may be extraordinarily difficult to obtain. And this is also why a simple price comparison can be misleading. A commercial-grade emerald, a fine jadeite, and a rare green diamond are not competing in exactly the same market. But at the highest quality levels, some green gemstones can reach prices many times higher than ordinary emerald material. In the most exceptional cases, the difference can approach the kind of 100 times gap that makes the title of this video possible. The important point is this: the color does not create the value. The combination of rarity, quality, geology, and demand does. And that is why professional prospectors do not begin by asking, "Is this rock green?" They ask a much more important question. Could the geology of this place have created something valuable? 7. How prospectors actually find green gemstones. Professional prospecting begins with geology, not luck, not simply walking along a river and picking up anything colorful. The first question is, what type of geological environment could have created the target gemstone? For Jadeite, that may mean studying ancient tectonic zones, subduction-related geology, fault systems, and associated rocks such as serpentinite. For other gemstones, the geological clues may be completely different. Some are associated with metamorphic rocks, others form in pegmatites. Some are connected to hydrothermal fluids, and others are concentrated by erosion. This is why the same prospecting method does not work everywhere. A gemstone deposit begins with a geological process. Then the landscape begins to destroy and redistribute the rock. Rain breaks it down. Rivers transport fragments. Gravity moves material downhill. And the environment begins sorting the minerals. Heavy, durable gemstones can become concentrated in certain places. Inside gravel bars, behind large boulders, along inside bends of rivers, and in natural depressions where water loses energy. But even then, a green stone is only a clue. A prospector must consider the entire environment. What rocks are exposed upstream? Are there faults? Is there unusual alteration? Are there quartz veins, iron staining, unusual mineral fragments, changes in rock texture? None of these clues guarantees a gemstone discovery, but together, they can reveal a geological system. And that is the difference between searching randomly and prospecting intelligently. The most successful prospectors are not simply looking for the prettiest rock. They are reading the landscape. They are asking where the material came from, how it moved, and where the geological process could have concentrated it. Because sometimes, the best clue is not the stone in your hand. It is the mountain behind you. 8. The real value is not the color. So, what have we learned? A green stone is not automatically an emerald. Jadeite can form in extreme tectonic environments. Emerald requires a rare chemical meeting between elements that often originate in different geological settings. Savorite, tourmaline, sapphire, and other green gemstones may look similar, but each one tells a completely different story, and the value of each stone depends on far more than its color. Rarity, chemistry, crystal structure, transparency, clarity, durability, size, origin, and demand. So the next time you see a green stone, don't ask only, how beautiful is it? Ask, what had to happen inside the earth to create this color? Was it formed where tectonic plates collided? Did hot fluids transport rare elements through ancient fractures? Was it separated from a mountain and carried downstream? Was it created by a meteorite impact? Or is it simply an ordinary mineral, wearing a color that makes it look valuable? Because the most important lesson is this: a green stone is not valuable because it is green. Its value comes from the story hidden behind that color. The chemistry, the crystal structure, the geological environment, and the incredible chain of events that allowed nature to create it. This is Pro Gems. Subscribe for more real-world gemstone discoveries, geological mysteries, and the hidden treasures formed by Earth itself.